Hi, I'm Upton Sinclair, and this is my Draw My Life video featuring Ida Tarbell and Jacob Reese. One day, I was walking in the city of Chicago and stumbled upon a meatpacking factory. I was horrified by the atrocities being committed in the factory workplace, especially since it was the food of the American people. I was inspired by the horrific scene to write a book exposing the tragedies of the meatpacking industry. I published my book, The Jungle, in 1906, detailing my disgusting experiences in this field. Little did I know my book would spark an outrage towards this industry and would inspire others to take action to make a change. Theodore Roosevelt published the Pure Food and Drug Act also in 1906, creating federal regulations for the food and drug industries, something that had never been done before. It also prevented the manufacturing, transportation, and sale of contaminated or poisonous food, medicines, and liquor. My book also sparked the early beginnings of what later became the FDA, which is still in place today. The Jungle gave the American people a first-hand look at what was going on behind the scenes in industrial cities and changed their outlook on the growth and importance of industry. Now let's take a look at my fellow muckraker, Ida Tarbell.
My friend Ida Tarbell was a very talented author and was most well known for her exposure of Standard Oil Company in her magazine series, The History of the Standard Oil Company, in 1904. Standard Oil Company, headed by Rockefeller, was deemed the mother of all trusts, as it consumed smaller oil companies throughout the years, through both vertical and horizontal integration, until almost all the smaller companies were bought out, making the Standard Oil Trust the main and most influential oil company. What the rise of us fellow muckrakers said in exposing the truths behind some of the most influential pieces in American life, Ida Tarbell lashed into the idea of exposing the truth behind the massive oil trust. I did research for years in order to gather more information on the methods used by Standard Oil that helped them grow as a business. What was originally supposed to be a 3-part series, the history of Standard Oil Company continued on to 19 parts, exposing the tactics used by Standard Oil to take over independent oil companies, while at the same time praising Rockefeller for the business structure he had created. Ida Tarbell took it upon herself to explore a major trust company and to expose what was happening behind the scenes, a commendable act that displayed a side to the big business world that the American people had not seen before. Now let's learn a little bit about my fellow muckraker Jacob Reese. He was an influential Danish-American photographer who wrote The Way the Other Half Lives. He captured life in the ghettos of New York with just a camera and his inspiration. His work showed a new side of slum living to the American people. The overcrowded homes and poor living conditions he captured shocked the public. His work influenced Theodore Roosevelt to take action against poverty. Roosevelt demanded that legislation work to improve the living conditions of those in need, especially the poor immigrants living in New York.
Well, that's just some of the muckrakers who made a difference during the progressive era of reform. I hope you enjoyed learning about my work and the work of all my friends. Thank you for watching.